What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free. To live your best life, you must live label free. And I'm back with another incredible guest. This guest is very unique. He is the founder of HeartLib, My Real Lover Academy, the creator of a groundbreaking system that predicts exactly how any relationship will unfold, turning the chaos of love into a blueprint for success. Please welcome Desirel Calvin Lawrence. Desirel, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very, very glad to be on your show today and truly appreciate it, Deanna.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I've never had a conversation like this before. Can you believe it? 700 episodes. There's a first for everything.
Yeah, there's a fuss for everything. Yes, there is.
So before we start getting into what this is that you've created, and I know that you use, I read on somewhere the K and CSR meta method that you use, right? That's part of
Yes.
something.
KNCSR,
Yeah.
KNCSR, key number, case study, case specific relational model. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your motivation behind creating HeartLib?
Well, long story short, I got into several relationships in my time, and I felt, and I was very picky. And I wanted to know, all right, how will this relationship play out? Because I've seen so many relationships,
Yeah.
and since growing up as a kid, the bad, the good, the ugly, every last one of them. And
Yeah.
every time I got into a connection with somebody, I was like, okay, just go through it, go with the flow. But I'm like, nah, this cannot. I don't want a situation where I get into a situation where it's a long-term experience and it all after so much hard work, toil, successes, everything just gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And that just keeps playing in the back of my mind because I've seen a lot of these things. And I said, you know what? There has to be a surefire way of knowing how any relationship will play out. So I started delving into this. I went to the eastern part of the world. I got the science, and that's when I started realizing there's arranged marriages, there's all these things, and I'm like, what makes them actually know what the relationship will turn out, that they can actually confirm it for the long term.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at other relations in the Western world and how they've defined it and how they've actually created relationships in this Western world. And after doing all this research, I put the combination together and I said, you know what? Now I know because I figured out that there are so many things that can allow me to find my perfect match. This is both with the magnetic number philosophy and the relational model, the case studies. And I use those two to actually find who I am with right now. And I'm like, I'm very glad I found this because even knowing this allows me to know that this is why I go through certain battles in my relationship because no
Yeah.
relationship is perfect. But I was able to understand that my relationship was cut up for love, for marriage, and for friendship, and so I could tell right off the bat.
Yeah.
And for whatever relationship, I could tell. So after a while, I said, you know what, I have to put this together, put all this research together, and put it out for everyone. And so right now, I have an academy for it, where for every week of the year, for every week you can think of, there's a model for who you are that breaks down all your relationship types. There are 48 relationship types that you can ever be
Oh,
involved
wow.
in, Daniel. 48 types.
Holy cow.
Um, if you fall into a
And not all
cycle,
good, I'm sure.
oh no, oh no, oh no, no,
I've had my
no,
fair share of bad relationships, okay? So I'm sure.
but there will be one that when you look at it, Diana, you be like, wow, where are you? I need to find you right now. I need if you get to that relationship model in our academy, once you find that key type, which we'll show you over a couple of drips in the course, you will find
Yeah.
that relationship because we'll come in 1 week. You actually find it and you'll be like, this relationship beats everything I've ever had, and I like it. And
Yeah.
then we'll take you from that point with a very minor fee, and we take you to that point where we take you on Facebook. where we help you find that exact person based on that week period we define for
Wow.
you. And you can find that person instantly within 5 minutes. You'll be able to find that person
So
within
what
5 minutes.
is the
Yeah.
success rate for this? Like this is almost like
Um,
you're almost playing God a little bit. No? Have you heard that before?
I thought about this, and man, I'm like, this might not this might not fly well with public. But
I think it's great because if someone doesn't really, if people are there, a lot of people are
yeah,
lost. Okay, let's just be real.
yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
people are lost. Their priorities are not right,
yeah,
and they might be lying to themselves about what might be a good relationship for them. And so I
yeah,
think you've built something and have created a framework that can take away a lot of the toxicity that we create in our lives by
yeah.
making bad choices.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I agree with you, Deanna. 100%, 100%. I definitely agree with you, and this is one of the key reasons why I wanted to make sure I was given something that was very unique to the public. I accumulated a lot of research in this, and I said, you know what, this cannot be something I only use to help myself. How about if
Yeah.
I can create an academy where I can guide people based on this knowledge I have discovered and I've put together, where people can actually find who they're most compatible with. You don't have to go through, you can see all your relationship types and you can
Yeah.
say, all right, I know this is my best relationship. I don't want to screw this up. You
Yeah.
could tell your partner, even when you find them, like, this is my best relationship. Let us make sure we make this work
Yeah.
because they will know. And all we do is once you find that relationship on the academy, just we show you, even in the academy, we show you how to find that person on Facebook within 5 minutes. We give you all the instructions, everything, break down everything for you. We show you how to go through, how to overcome challenges and all kinds of things in your relationship, toxic relationships, or things in your relationship. We show you how to go through all that. We break that down in studies, but we also show you through the case studies how to find your perfect match. And I think, um, Jenna, I think the world needs this. I mean,
Yeah.
there's this.
Well, I would agree. I
Yes,
mean,
the
because
world.
people are so there's so many broken people out there from bad relationships,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
they carry that baggage with them, and then they don't know how to get out of a vicious cycle.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
how long did it take you to create this?
I'm still in the throes of it. Even right now, I'm putting it
Oh,
together. There's over. I have. All right. This is. I wanted this to be so personal to
yeah.
anyone that is going on the academy, so that when you get on the academy, it simply says, it doesn't say Deanna, but it says you. And let's say you were born February 8th to 15. Let's say, for
Okay.
example, we say Deanna, you. We don't say Deanna, but we say you, born between February 18 and 15.
Yeah.
When you get into a relationship with somebody born April 6th to trying to, give another specific week period. This is the experience you have with this person,
Interesting.
and we break it down with their strengths and your strengths. That okay, and if it's okay with you, let me try and read something for you. Is it okay if I read something for
Sure,
you?
go for it. Yeah.
Okay, let me read something. Let me just give you a breakdown of how we tune into this relationships, how we break down this relationship. So let me give you like a snapshot of this. All right. So I'm just gonna break this down. All right. All right. So this one is called. But someone born between. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna play it, but it says the easy exchange, and it will actually play for you, just like I was playing this now. You born between 25th of April and May 2nd, share a relationship with someone born between November 12 and 18 that thrives on minimal demands and an easy give and take. Both of you appreciate simplicity, preferring to settle for what is rather than stressing over what could be. Your grounded nature finds peace in their charm and emotional warmth, while they enjoy being valued for what they offer. At home, this relationship creates a comfortable haven, After a long day, you relax effortlessly, knowing they appreciate and support you. Love here is magnetic and physical, marked by high levels of sensuality and emotional connection. While usually peaceful, the relationship can occasionally erupt into volcanic passion, mixing hostility with desire. Yet these moments are rare and often followed by reconciliation. In marriage, so it goes on and it talks about this for a while, talks about the friendships, parents,
Yeah.
relationship, and it says your bond is easy, understanding, and perceptive. The relation thrives on emotional intelligence and compromise. And then
Okay.
it gives a lot, it says a lot more. And then it
Sure.
talks about the advice. Beware of lethargy. Avoid slipping into non-productivity. Engage in stimulating activities to maintain energy and passion. And this is the kind of breakdown we give for every relationship type you can think of.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
just like a put down for the week, it shows everything that to expect. So there'll be some relationships that'll be like, this is not good for marriage. You stay away from this.
Yeah.
For life, I'm like, and
Well, like 50% of the US needs that because that's like the divorce rate here. So they could have used that. You know,
it
we should
is.
direct them all to your website before they get into a relationship.
No, I really believe they won't be sorry for it. It would be
So
the
did you
best.
use this methodology? See, I see you're wearing a ring. Are you married?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So did you
Yes.
use this methodology for this new your marriage?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did. I actually, let me tell you what happened. I didn't use the Facebook process because I figured out how to use the system to help people find people instantly after that. I was
Yes.
like, why get them on the dating app and everything and trying to figure out and ask these questions that look so stalkish. I'm like, you know
Yes.
what? Let's let it go. How about if I could show them how to find these people right on Meta? They just initiate a coffee breakfast, say, listen, I got this report that said that we might be a compatible match. Why not let us test it over breakfast and see if we actually have a compatibility?
Is that what you said to
And
your wife?
no, that's not how I met my wife. Now that's not how
Oh,
I met my wife. So this is how I met my wife.
okay.
I was on a video call, a video chat, because I was on the dating apps, and then what I did was it was a video call or call chat where I would speak to the person, the video would come on, I'll speak to the person if I felt like there was a connection, it was great,
Yeah.
and then I was talking, and I was like, all right, I've met quite a number of people, and I'm getting their birth dates
Yeah.
just I'm like, okay, how you doing? Great. Also, it's just to be sure, what day were you born? What was your birthday again? They gave me their birthday. I was like, okay, let me just make sure this is correct because I've been through my share of relationships and I knew where I was going in life, and I just wanted to do it with the right person beside me,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing. So I look at her like, nah, maybe not. This looks a little tricky, looks a little dicey. And then of course I came
Little dicey. Yeah. I felt that before. Okay, sorry, keep going.
so then I came out and my wife came on and I was like, okay. And my wife now came on and she came on, she was the conversation flowed
Yeah,
like very easily. So I realized that there was a friendship component, all that flowed easily. But
sure.
how hard is it to come across somebody like that, just searching through just true flips like that on
Yeah.
the net, and even get the video time to talk to them. Those things are not hardly possible. But at least I was able to do that with her. And after getting a birth date, I realized one, her key numbers, because I calculated the whole thing with the
Yeah.
key numbers. The key numbers were an exact compatible match with the key numbers.
Wow.
So that means the numbers were also very compatible. Then I checked the case studies. And when I looked at the case studies, it said, you guys are going to be good in both friendship, marriage, and love. And it talked about some other things. And of course, I looked at the weaknesses and I'm like, every relationship has its
Of
weaknesses.
course.
And I told myself, am I willing to take take a role on this.
Yeah,
I know there are certain weaknesses here, but am I willing to take a role on this? And I was like, yeah, I probably am, because it gave me the feeling that I could really express myself. I can do the gamut of my expressiveness will actually be explored. And I'm like, you know what? That might be exactly what I'm looking for, where I can
sure.
go explore things that I've never explored before. And I thought that was an interesting adventure for my spirit. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, that relationship gave me that opportunity. Why not let me take advantage of it? It's good in love, it's good in marriage, and it's good in friendship. And all three components were actually highlighted in that case study. And I was like, you know what? This might be something good. And within 30 days, within like in 3 months' time after meeting her, we got married. Within 3 months.
Does she
Crazy.
know? Like, what does she think about what you've created here with
I
HeartLib?
I told her, she knows about it, and she's like, I really, this is interesting. And she was like, all right, I can see why we have this kind of squabbles. And she knows what I, because I told her this is what we actually signed up for. And I explained it to her,
Yeah.
and I took a chance to that, and we were very compatible.
Well,
And
clearly, if you get married in 3 months, that's huge. That's
yes,
awesome.
yes, we
So,
did. And that was pretty fast. And then I moved, and I was in the United States, and then I moved to Sydney, just to make sure that I could sort out some things with her papers, and then hopefully we can come back. But
aw,
yeah, I'm in Sydney at the moment, so
I love
yeah,
it. That's where it's on my
yeah,
bucket list. I want to go to Australia. Um, so what does this look like if somebody is like, okay, you know what? I love what Desirel's talking about. I love what he's created. And so this is they take a class, a weekly class to understand how they find the right or like the right relationship for them.
yeah. So basically, I I tell myself this, all right. Even I've been on this research for a while, and what I realized was I look at certain relationships, I really like it, and I just jump into it, thinking,
Yeah.
that's it. But it's really not cut out to be the kind of relationship that you want,
Yeah.
because sometimes there are relationships that are good for friendships,
Yeah.
and you want them to be a marriage bond, but it doesn't flow that way.
Right.
Some relationships is just friendship. You
Yeah.
don't go into the marriage with it.
Yeah.
Some relationships is business partnerships. It's the fact that you're doing business together and you're like very good doesn't make you a good marriage partner. Doesn't make the person a good
Yeah.
marriage partner. So this kind of things are very tricky in relationships. So we need to know what we are actually getting into. And this is why I say, please, you can get into a relationship and be there for the next 20 years. There's nothing wrong in just taking your time and
Yeah.
really studying out your relationship for at least going through every relationship type you have for 3 months. Just invest it into your long-term future, because when you with somebody, you just don't throw it away like that. You want to be intentional when you get into a relationship. And
Yeah,
when you
for
get
sure.
intentional about a relationship, you just don't throw it away after 2 years, 3 years, after putting it all together, moving in, all this. There's too much drama to
Yeah.
just go through a loss like that. So why not just invest the first 3 months, understand all your relationship types,
Yeah.
know exactly how they play out. When you read it, you study it like, all right, I don't like this. It already tells me in marriage we're not good. What is my next one? You get your next one. It says, you're good in marriage, but your friendship is not too good. It's like, okay, friendship, I can deal with that because
Yeah.
we get along on so many other levels that
Yeah.
make us very compatible. Marriage, the family is good. We can get over hurdles, because friendship doesn't necessarily mean marriage. They are very
Right.
different dynamics. They're
Yeah.
very different dynamics. Friendship is very casual,
But I mean,
very,
don't you feel like though you need to be friends with your partner though?
sometimes you want to feel that, and sometimes it's important to, but you'd be surprised. A lot of long-standing marriages is all about understanding, all
Sure.
about working together, all about and then you can definitely find that relationship where the friendship is there. And if you get to that point that you say, all right, I want a relationship where there's love, there's friendship, and there is a marital aspect to it. There's a marriage compatibility as
Yeah, the
well.
intimacy,
Like,
the yeah,
you know,
connection. Yeah.
yeah, then at least you know you have it, because there's some relationships that might not have certain things that trigger all three at the same
Yeah.
time. But if it does, then good for you. But you won't be able to pick out the one that really resonates with you. That when you read it, maybe it says when you get together, you're always happy, you're always laughing, you're always happy, your physical connection is even on point. And it might say your friendship is because they're not so sympathetic, less they don't have a lesson here. But that doesn't necessarily mean that when I say friendship, if friendship is not there, that means that's your lowest. That might be your lowest synergy. That might be
Okay.
the synergy where it's the lowest.
Sure.
But your marriage is the strongest,
Sure.
and love is the strongest. So your lowest synergy might be in friendship, but you can walk around the kinks with that and come up with something that makes it very congenial when you're walking when you're together. But yeah, it gives you just the blueprints to know that you're in the right relationship. You will know before you get into it that, all right, we're good in marriage. Um, we're good in business. We work well together if
Yeah.
that's option, because it also tells you if you work well together. This is not just for marriage, just for business partnerships.
Sure.
You can actually go on the program right now and say, all right, Mr. James, James Brown, James, whoever it is,
Yeah.
you will be the perfect businessman for me to actually go into business with, because you know what? When we come together, we do the unthinkable.
Yeah.
And that is the possibilities that you have with this relationship. Not only would you be able to find your best business partners, but you can even find a marriage with somebody that is actually goes well with the working arrangement, walks well with you when it comes to
Sure.
business
Yeah.
and things like that. So there's a lot of these things that is all and packed up in this academy that you can learn, and just it's liberating.
I
It's
love it.
very
So how long does someone have to be a part of the academy to understand who would be a perfect match for them?
well, so we don't want to play the God aspect in this aspect.
Right,
This is why.
right, but there
This,
has to be an
this,
amount of time that
yeah,
you have to commit to actually figuring
yeah.
it out.
So, actually, so this is what we do. If let's say, for example, you come here right now and say, all right, listen, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for the academy. I just, we live in an instant world where nobody wants to, they don't want to walk too hard to get to where
Right.
they want to get to. They just want it quick. Let's get it over with and get out of here.
Yeah.
And of course, we understand that. But we employ everybody to actually go through the academy. So they study the relationships, so that they can be a part of the experience where they can
Yeah.
say, all right, I like this. Um, Desirel, can you tell one of your matchmakers to get me this particular
Oh,
study that I just picked out? I want this particular one. Can you organize a way to get this? Show me who I'm looking for
sure.
on Facebook, and we show them. Now, if you just come on there and say, listen, I just want to get my best relationship ever.
Yeah.
Can you go through it? Now, what we can do is like we'll ask you, do you give us the permission to actually go through the case studies and just pick out one for you that we believe we tell them, we ask you a question. What are you looking for? Are you looking for somebody that is a love, because love again is dicey. Love doesn't necessarily mean marriage. So you
True.
gotta be
That's
careful.
true.
So love doesn't necessarily mean marriage. There might be love, but it might not be good for marriage. It might be love, not good for friendship. So there's all these kinds of things. So we want to make sure that you want to get into a marriage partnership, and we know that this is what you're looking for. We get you all the options you can possibly get, and we send that to you, and we tell you, all right, these are a couple of the options that we see in marriage.
Okay.
um um this We're going to give you this case study, and you want to pick one of them. You let us know which one it is, and you say, all right, I like this one. We put together the whole case study for the match and everything, how to find them on Facebook, what to do, and we give
Okay.
you all the instructions on how to do it, and you can do it within 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 2 days.
Oh, wow, that's quick.
Within 2 days, we can, and that's depending on the backlog
Sure, sure, sure.
that we have. But we can do just once we start the process with you within like 2 days, we can get that resolved with you. And depending on the
Wow.
backlog, once we start within 2 days, we can find you the exact match on Facebook. All you need to do is organize a coffee date, tell them that you got a report that says you will she will or he will be a perfect match for you, and you just wanted to test it out to see if it will actually play out to be a fact.
I,
And if you go on that date, it's I have case studies. I have people that have said they've looked at it, and it's crazy how accurate we are pinpointing everything that took place in the relationships they've had.
wow.
And it's all on the academy with the testimonials where people are talking about, all right, this I've never seen something really pinpoint everything that happened in my relationship just as is. So
Yeah, I
that
love it.
means that means no matter what the relationship is, you know what it is, and you can go with the intentionality before you actually get involved in a relationship. It's crazy.
That
Yeah.
with that being said, Desirel, where can people find HeartLib and learn more about being a part of the Academy?
Oh yes, and that's why I try to do all this, and I have a screensaver. I wanted to
I know.
ask you, is it okay to do a screensaver? But
But if people are just listening, so this is the video. So
yeah,
yeah, people are watching this. You see it on the
yeah,
screen. It says
yeah,
heartlib.co. But
yeah. Yeah, it's HeartLib. You can go to heartlib.com, heartlib.co. We also have an app for this, where
okay.
we actually have a number for the key numbers that we create. We have something called heartlib.io. So you get on the HeartLib.io, and it shows you the magnetic numbers. So you can
Wow.
see how numbers play into your relationships.
Yeah.
Where you and that's the tricky part there. And what entails a toxic relationship? What makes it happen? Where you're actually with somebody and it looks so you can't get away from the person,
Yeah, I've
but
been there.
okay. I'll tell you what it is, Deanna.
Okay, what is
I
it?
if it's okay with you, I'll tell you what it
Yeah, go
is.
ahead. Go for it. Yeah, but we gotta
All
start
right.
wrapping things up because we've
Okay,
already
okay, okay. So I oh yes, it's seven. So basically, there's the numbers. Remember, I told you that I met
yeah,
my wife and there were numbers.
yeah,
The numbers are so compatible because the chemistry is there.
yes.
Case study, when you look at the case studies that we have in our academy, completely off.
Interesting. It's
The
interesting.
number perfectly the chemistry with the numbers. Maybe I'm connected to a nine, a five, and that chemistry there's a connection. But the case study, terrible.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I want to
yeah,
check that out. I want to learn a little bit more about the numbers.
yeah.
Desirel, this is a part of the show where I like to ask for last words of wisdom or advice. What would you like to leave with us today?
Just want to let you know, whoever's listening out there, that you have in your hands the ability to have the best relationship of your lifetime.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't matter if you're married. We're not telling you please give up your marriage. That's not what we're asking. We're not advocating that. But even with our academy, you can see how you can actually develop your strong points in that marriage. We give you advice on what is actually best for you in the academy, how to actually make
Wow.
your relationship strong. So this is not about dividing or breaking up marriages. It's about
Yeah.
strengthening relationships that already exist and helping people that have not gotten into the perfect relationship and they're still looking and they're going through heartbreaks, how to find that relationship that really gels and makes them happy.
I
And that is,
love that. That was
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
I am blown away. I just think this
yeah,
is so unique and so interesting. And I think it allows people to stop with the toxic
yeah,
cycle that we are all in, whether it's, I mean, and I use toxic very, very freely, but I think that
yeah,
this is incredible what you've created. And you guys, again, like the links will be in the show notes. It's here on the screen, but if you're listening, go check out the show notes, go click on those links. If you know somebody that could utilize this and just kind of get involved in the academy so that you can have a better relationship, have the best relationship of your life, do not hesitate. Obviously, if anybody has any questions, they can probably reach out through your website and just kind of go from there. But Desirel, thank you so much for sharing this gift that you've created to help people have a more higher frequency, higher connected relationships with their significant others or someone new.
Yes, yes, that's correct. Thank you so much for having me, Dan. I truly appreciate the opportunity. It's been a pleasure. It's been a
Yes.
pleasure. Yeah,
We
thank
appreciate you. Thank you.
you.
You guys,
Yeah,
this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free. To live your best life, you must live label free. As always, don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, share, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.